Group says it's building its own border wall on private property. A group that raised millions of dollars in a GoFundMe campaign says it has broken ground on a project to build its own stretch of border wall on private property. We Build the Wall, a group founded by a triple amputee Air Force veteran, said in a series of social media posts on Monday that it had started construction on private property in New Mexico. The announcement buckle. Former White House Chief Strategist Steve Bannon, who chairs We Build the Wall's advisory board, told CNN on Monday that the group has built a mile of border wall in the El Paso, Texas, area, something he says connects two 21-mile sections of existing fencing. CNN was not able to independently confirm that the new wall connects the two portions of border fencing constructed by the federal government. Border. CNN has reached out to U.S. Customs and Border Protection for comment. CNN on Monday observed construction crews working with heavy machinery in an area of the U.S.-Mexico border near the New Mexico-Texas state line. Daniel Garcia Salinas, the director of a nearby museum on the Mexican side of the border, told CNN the new wall went up rapidly over the weekend, changing the horizon behind the Museo Casa de Adobe. Garcia said that when he had left the museum Friday afternoon there was no fencing there. By Saturday morning, leaders of the group offered different assessments of how much construction had occurred. While Bannon told CNN a mile of new wall had been built, former Kansas Secretary of State Chris Kobach, We Build the Wall's general counsel, told Fox. There's We Build the Wall's fundraising efforts began in December. At the time, the ongoing campaign has raked in more than $20 million in donations on GoFundMe. Recent reports detailed how some donors questioned why they hadn't seen any construction despite the millions donated, but organizers said they had to keep plans secret to protect the project. Remember. On Monday, Khal Faiz and other supporters of the organization were trumpeting their efforts on social media. All.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.